Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com for a few extra minutes. And what a treat. Former head coach of your Colorado Buffaloes, Gary Barnett, with us on week one of college football. The prime era is upon us. They're playing TCU, the runner-ups from last year. What do you like about this game? What concerns you about this game?
Well, what concerns me, first of all, is that we're going to play at 106 degrees.
Yeah.
Probably on that AstroTurf field, it's going to be 130. We don't have a lot of depth in our offensive lines and defensive lines, and we're going to have to play everybody in that game.
Yeah.
So that concerns me. What I like about the game is it's a great stage for us. What a way to kick it off. I mean, we have Deion Sanders and that staff have changed everything in Boulder in 9 months, and now they get to take another big step.
Yes.
And so everybody's watching. I mean, it's everybody's watching. Everybody's talking about this game. Had we not hired Deion Sanders, no one would be talking about this game.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it. And we're an underdog, 20 points. I like being the underdog.
You think this team, these guys are kind of licking their chops? Shador, Travis Hunter, Prime, all these guys that people are giving them, giving TCU 20 points?
If they're athletes, if they're competitors, they're excited to play this game. And the bigger the opponent, the more eager you are to play, and the more up for it you are.
There's so many players that I think people can't wait to see how they mesh on the field. Obviously, the big ones we've been talking about, Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter. But who are some other guys that Buffs fans should really keep their eye on Saturday?
Well, I think that a number of receivers and running backs. Dylan Edwards is explosive. He's really good. And, Cavassier Smoke is a really good running back.
What a name.
I know. You wonder where that one came from, huh? And then, Jimmy Horn Jr., Xavier Weaver, the receiver spots. The guy nobody's going to know about is Michael Harrison. And he's a receiver. They moved to tight end because they don't really play with a tight end. But he allows you to do some things that you can't do with a bigger tight end. So he's the guy I say watch out for. In the secondary, I think Shiloh Sanders is going to be a really good player. Kendrick Breedlove from Ole Miss. We got a young Carter Stoudemire's a freshman corner whose dad played 11 years in the NFL. He's going to be a pretty exciting player. There's a number of young kids that are going to be good players.
Sean Lewis, one of the signatures of his offense is fast, man. He rolls. Is it going to be the same kind of offense that he kind of had that we saw him have before? Do you see any changes?
No, I don't see any changes. The only thing that's slowing down is he needs depth in the offensive line to get that done. So it's just sometimes you can only go as fast as your offensive lineman can go. But, the line depth and the quarterback depth is a problem. But right now, they're loaded to go 16, 17 seconds per play, between plays, and that, I won't be able to say a thing. Mark will have the whole broadcast, so it'll be fun to watch.
Well, now they don't stop the clock, right?
They don't stop the clock.
You like that change for college ball?
I don't know. I've got to watch it.
Okay.
I've watched the games the Saturday night, and I think they probably lost about 7 plays per team. But you know what? Coaches will find a way to figure that out to get more plays. So they'll even go faster or something. But we'll see what it really does.
Coach, we were kind of having a conversation off air a little bit about being in the booth versus being on the field. I believe Prime said he's going to have both his coordinators on the field. As a coordinator, what are the challenges of being on the field compared to the booth? Do you think they maybe toy with that, go up and down a little bit?
Well, if you're going to be on the field as a coordinator, you really have to have somebody in a booth that sees everything and you can totally trust because you can't see it on the field. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
When I was a coordinator, I was on the field and I needed somebody up on top.
Okay.
But that'll be interesting to see if that really happens. But you have to have somebody that sees it the way you see it and can relay that information. As a coach, you and your staff, your people that are in the booth, you're already talking about your next play. You've sent in one play in between that, the time it actually gets run. You've already decided pretty much on one of two plays the next time you have, or the next play. So you're doing that anyway. You're always thinking way ahead.
As you look at this season, and it's going to be a tough schedule right before in the last year in the Pac-12, what do you think will define a successful season?
I think if we can win a big game and win a game or a couple games that nobody thinks we can win, or the odds say we can't win, and we have just one of those kind of performances. You know, right now, nobody's got us beating anybody. So whatever we do is going to surprise most people. But I think it's got to be an upset, a game where people don't think you can win, and your kids just say, we are going to win this football game. I think that's going to define you.
Well, hopefully we get quite a few of those. And, of course, you can always hear Gary Barnett on the radio there with Mark Johnson starting this Saturday. Coach, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's been such a treat.
Romy, great being with you.
Guys, Buffs kick off September 2nd at TCU. We'll be there. Thanks so much for joining. We'll see you next time.